Okay, William Peace marketing class. Hope you're doing well. It is Sunday morning. It's a cold, brisk, sunny day. Beautiful. Looking forward to getting out and doing a little biking or walking. But wanted to talk to you about another category that falls under the marketing umbrella that is my least favorite, but probably one of the most important, and that's marketing research. Marketing research is vital for owners of businesses and companies to conduct before they launch products. Why? Well, we can't market to everybody. We have to target market. We have to find our sweet spot. The consumers that are the ones that best will receive our message. And in order to do that, you have to spend the time doing marketing research, which is, which involves surveys and questionnaires and observing people, doing focus groups, question answers. It takes a lot of time and it's expensive and it's boring in a lot of cases. And for a lot of people, including me, it can be intimidating. There's a lot of math and statistical analysis that's involved, and but it's something that has to be done. And before I get to more of marketing research, I want to talk about why business owners and companies fail to do it. There's a number of reasons. One, again, it's expensive. Two, it's boring. Three, it's intimidating. But the main reason that people don't do the research before they launch or open a business is simply because they think everybody will be interested or everybody will love their product because they, the owners, love the product. And that's just not right. That's completely false. And that's why so many businesses close, because you did not do your marketing research prior to launching your product or service. It's a lot of competition out there. And you'd be surprised what you find out when you talk to people about an idea or a product you're about to launch, what they're actually thinking, or what they look at is something that could beat what you're offering. You find all this out in marketing research. So there's a number of ways that companies do research. I've mentioned a few of them. Observing people. You have secret shoppers. McDonald's employs people who sit in the parking lot with a clipboard and they watch the cars in the drive-thru, and they can determine who's in the car. They can determine the type of car. They can determine what time they came. They then match it up with the food orders. They know exactly what we're buying. So that's an observation. Q&A, question answer. You see people doing, "Excuse me, sir, can I ask you a few questions?" They don't do as many as back in the 90s and 80s. You'd see them at the mall all the time with a clipboard asking you questions. That's marketing research. Now you get a lot of research questions directly to you on email or on the internet. Focus groups, you've probably heard of those. People sit around a big table or in a room, and they're divided by a one-way mirror, and they can talk about a topic for 4, 5, 6 hours, and they're observed. They're asked questions. They do taste tests. There was a barbecue sauce focus group that I saw one time that was 7 hours. They asked everybody from the smell to the texture, the taste, to the bottle, to the flow, to the name, to what you think about when you think about barbecue sauce. 7 hours. Now, the good news is, in focus groups, they pay you pretty well. It can be as much as $50 an hour. So if you ever want a job and you ever want to volunteer to be a candidate for a focus group, there is opportunities. Just Google focus group opportunities, and some should come up. So it takes a lot of time, though, and you're paying people to answer these questions, and you're anxious to get going and open your business with a big grand opening. Well, people that don't take the time or are afraid or think that everybody will buy your barbecue sauce, or you're going to not last real long in the marketplace. There's two ways also called primary and secondary research. 10% of new businesses out there do primary, real time. Focus groups, that's real time. Surveys, that's real time, that's today. Observation, that's real time, that's today, that's now. And then the other 90% do what's called secondary. Secondary would be using the internet. Well, is everything up to date on the internet? Is the internet real time? In most cases, no. Using company past records. Searching, again, using Google. It's free. Primary's not free. Primary's expensive. Focus groups. Paying people for today's information, which has its advantage because, as we know, is the world the same as it was 30 years ago or 30 days ago, 30 minutes ago? Last month's information might not be useful, might be skewed. So with 90% doing secondary, the free version, the easy version, in my opinion, that only leaves 10% of new businesses focusing on real-time information, primary. And I think primary is much better than secondary, but if at least you've done the secondary research methods, you're probably better prepared than most. It's not really exciting, I realize, but it's very vital. So what comes after marketing research, though, is something called consumer behavior. Part of marketing research, but it's the fun part of marketing research. And that'll be our next topic video that I send out. Consumer behavior is the psychology of why we buy. As marketers, you need to know what makes us tick. And you also need to know what tactics to use to make us buy more or buy more frequently or bigger quantities. Things like color and music and sound and smells and different lighting and crowding and peer pressure. I love consumer behavior. There's really no math involved, but it is very much about psychology, the psychology of why we buy. So consumer behavior and marketing research go together. Consumer behavior starts a lot later than marketing research. Consumer behavior is a lot more fun and exciting, at least that's my opinion, and there's no math involved. And that'll be the next video that I send out to the class. If you have any questions and want to go over it a little more thoroughly, completely, call me. My number is 919-795-9264. Take care.